You what? You actually still think this is a great idea? Like you wait, hold on a second. You have to start the engine to put it into neutral. Like, where is this a thing? And you guys thought, you know what, no one's doing this. We might have a niche here. Let's just go for it. And then he didn't stop there. He decided, oh, you know what, everyone else is doing the thing where you have to have the digital oil levels. I mean, we might as well throw it in there. And oh yeah, of course, you have to have the engine running to know how much oil is in there. Like, do you guys actually have to deal with maintenance? Did you think about that? Do you know how? Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to part 2 of the M2 Rebuild series. Now, the car's been delivered. Yay, I'm really happy it's here. But what I didn't show in the last video was what actually happened. I mean, I'm going to talk about it because I don't have videos of it because it was that traumatizing. Now, when I got this car, or actually, let me take it a step back. The transporter I use is basically my neighbor. I literally saw his trailer the very first time I bought a salvage car. Went and knocked on every single house that was around the trailer, and we eventually found him and said, "Hey, could you help me out?" And he said, "No, I don't do Copart," for the reasons that I'm going to explain in this video. Now, I knew this car didn't start. All the cars he delivered for me do start and have been driven off the back of his trailer. Now, this car I knew didn't start. So to remedy this, I thought, okay, I will get some skates so we can just lift the car, put a car on the skates, and then roll it off the trailer. You know, he wouldn't even need to worry because his fear is that at Copart they put the car on the trailer with a forklift, and you can't take it off if it won't start. Especially if it's not a manual car, which you can just put in neutral and just roll off. And he specifically hates cars that are damaged. Maybe one of the wheels is probably off, so you know part of the car is literally dragging on the floor. You really can't drive those off a trailer. So basically, his rule is the car has to be driven off his trailer before you can pick it up. So I thought, okay, I'll remedy this by getting dollies. So I bought them, got everything ready, and then he shows up and I bought the wrong dollies. Now, to get a car off a trailer, especially one like this that doesn't run and can't get into neutral, you have to get the specific dollies which have, I guess, stacked wheels that can only go in one direction. That way it doesn't fall off the side of the trailer like the car almost did twice, which scared the living daylights out of me. Thankfully, it didn't fall off. So we spent quite a lot of time. I'm sure some people might laugh because you actually do know how to do this, but I didn't. We spent about 4 hours trying to get it off his trailer. Now that's because we were trying to use the dollies and just get it off. We almost did, but it was going to fall off, so we kind of saved it and put it back on the trailer. Now I've seen Dean from Saving Salvage video about putting some oil in the engine and trying to start it long enough to put it into neutral. So we decided to try that. Put some oil in it, even though it was going to be gushing out. Put some oil in it so it had some lubrication. Probably wasn't going to build pressure, but we had to try something. And plus I knew that Copart already tried to start the engine before, so I just thought, could I do more damage? Anyway, we tried it. It didn't work. And then the last attempt I had was to try to go under the car because there is a switch, some kind of leverage under the car by the gearbox that if once pushed and you can actually zip tie it together, it manually puts the car in neutral. Matt Armstrong did this on his M5, which I thought, oh, okay, that's a great idea. But the car being on the back of his trailer, which, I mean, he's got a small trailer, as you probably have seen in some of the clips. So the belly of the car is kind of like at an angle. Basically, there is no space is what I'm trying to say. So you had to jack the car up, which is already looking sketchy. Jack it up and then go under it and do all of this. Remove the under tray and try to do this thing. And I'm going to be honest with you, it looked very sketchy and I wasn't, in fact, he didn't want me to do it. He was like, look, if you're going to do that, I can't be here because it looks like it's going to fall on you. And he probably would have. So I wasn't willing to do that. So we took it to a specialist who knew what he was doing, who was going to take the risk, if he was going to get paid, and that's how we got it off. So yeah, to say that really annoyed me, that doesn't cut it. And obviously you can't check the oil level, you know, before putting oil in it to know if you're going to overfill it or not. Find the cooler was busted, but it might still have some oil in it, and it would have been all right or good enough to be able to just check the level. But I couldn't do that because BMW, in their infinite wisdom, and every other manufacturer that does this, has decided to go digital. Or you have to start the engine and leave it for about warm for about 5 minutes before you can check it. I hear it's even worse in some of the newer cars. It's like, what was wrong with the older system, where you just had a dipstick and it just told you how much oil was in the engine? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys. Anyway, let's have a look at what I've done on the car. And yeah, enjoy. All right, let's try to get this off. What size do I need? Knowing my luck, I'm going to drop one of these down the engine bay. Now, I'm just going to speed this through because it took me quite a while to do this. But what I'm trying to do here is just take off the bonnet because it wasn't closing and it was causing a lot of the BMW binging and bunging. So I just had to do that. Thankfully, I found one on Facebook Marketplace. Basically, one of the BMW M2 group owners was switching his bonnet for the CS bonnet. So I got this in the same color, which was quite perfect for me. So I'm just gonna do a swap. I'll say quickly, but this still kind of took some time. And then I can face the actual engine, because the plan here is to actually try to start the thing. But yeah, let's get through this first, and we'll get on to the next bit. Okay, so this is the more important part, which is actually trying to get the engine started. And to do that, I need to replace that oil cooler, which you may or may not be able to see in the background. Now, there are a lot of broken parts in front of it, so I'm just trying to get them out of the way just so I can get access, get it replaced. Next thing will be to drain the oil, whatever is left in there, put some new oil in the engine, and then try to get it started. So I'm going to speed through this just because it took way too long, and then get to the part where we actually try to start the engine. Oh my word. It was dry. Oh dear. Now, as you can see, there wasn't too much oil that came out of the engine because most of it had already drained out, and so I'm going to now top it up. I think it takes about 6.5, but I don't need to, it doesn't need to be full, I just need some oil. So I'm going to put about 6 liters in and see if we can get it started. Right, GoPro's died. That's that one and this one. I mean, it is very cold. I've just cleared all the errors. There were about 64 errors, and now there are just 4 left, which weren't clear. So, if that's okay, I will try to start the car now. Hopefully, it does start. Okay, central electrics. That's fine. Front electric. Yeah. This is all fine. This is fine. Why won't it start? Why won't it start? Oh my god. I did not know what to do here. You can see it in my face. I'm completely clueless. I walked into this blind. I've done no research. I've just literally seen all the videos and, these cars just coming back to life after being involved in a crash just by replacing the oil cooler. And I thought, yeah, I can just do the same thing. Have a happy engine. Clearly not. And boy, I don't know what to do here. You can just see like a lot of question marks in my head. I'm trying to keep calm in front of the camera, but I'm freaking out. And rightly so, right? I had a completely different narrative in my head. I expected it to come to life. I maybe expected it to run rough or something, but I expected it to start. I wanted it to start so I can invest more time and money, know what direction to go next. But that clearly wasn't the narrative this had taken, and boy, am I confused. So I don't really know what to do at this point. I kind of feel like I need to just go cry somewhere, recover, regroup, recover, and think about what the next step is going to be. But you're going to have to wait till the next episode because I'm just going to have to weigh out my options. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll catch you in the next one.